I'm Zach, and this is what I'm working on. I'd actually like to break into commission type art and be paid to take people's commissions, you know? You know?
Anyway, I have this associate named Random Civilian, and he sent me a DM on Discord of his original character that he named Red Oni. Here is the reference picture he provided for me. I don't know if you can tell, but I took some inspiration from, I want to say, Darksiders 2, Death's Mask. I really liked the way his mask looked, and I felt like this character would look cool with a similar type looking mask. Other than that, and changing up a little bit how the belt looked, because I was looking at the belt and was trying to interpret it, and I felt like they looked like pouches, so I made the pouches a little more exaggerated and elongated to kind of push the form a little bit. And the pose kind of winged it. Yeah, I winged the pose. Just trying to make it look a little more dynamic. I thought if he was like casually holding the hilt, it would give him some like aura or something. Make him look a little cooler. Of course, only a fraction of amount, because he, of course, is already so cool. As you can probably tell, unless I've been distracting you, I started the drawing in grayscale to get a better handle on the values, because I don't want the values to look bad. It's almost like I care about what I do and I want it to look nice. Crazy, right? Nah, but for real, I really wanted to make sure that the values didn't look muddy, so after I blocked in my grayscale, I then moved on over to a gradient map to see if I could maybe, have a little shortcut, kinda give it a little life. And then I started with the actual color, which I started with the red. Nice strong color. And I'd say it's this character's main color. There's about 7 different spots on this character with the color red on him. The reference image had a really, really saturated red for the base, and I did want it to be saturated, but I almost wanted it to seem like it was glowing, like there was something magical about it, almost dangerous about his maybe energy or his backstory. Then I colored the gem, added some surface lighting so that the straps didn't look that flat anymore, colored the mask, and of course gave him some really cool looking red glowy horns and red eyes. Who knows what he can see?
Don't you toy with me, shooting star! I see everything!
Something else I kind of lightly changed was his hair color. In the reference image, it was like a black. Black hair isn't really real, it's just kind of like really, really dark brown. I probably could have made his hair darker, but it came out a little lighter. I just didn't want his hair to look flat. I probably could have used like a darker blue to achieve that. I kind of messed that part up a little bit now that I'm looking at it. Something new that I was trying to convey in this illustration was subsurface scattering on the skin to make it look more like he's alive and full of flesh and blood. And I achieved this by taking a more saturated color of the skin tone and placing it in between the shadows and the light so that it looked like, that light was passing through his skin and creating that cool effect that makes him look real. Let me know how I did on that, because I don't do it often, but I'd like to do it more because it adds a nice touch to the drawing, I also tried to make sure that I added texture to break up the different materials and to give them kind of a different feel, and also some added line art on top to make it look a little more comic booky. And I don't know if you noticed this, but another one of my influences for this drawing was definitely Marvel Rivals and their style of illustration for their characters. I really like that game. I've been playing it a lot. The last thing I do here is I put my signature, I guess you could call it. I wanted to be creative with it. I felt like it was looking ugly, and then I also wanted to change the color of the background to purple so that it matched the reference picture. And that was the entire process. Here is the final image's rendering and how it looks.
That was the process. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked my editing style. I'm still new to this, so cut me some slack. But if you are interested in commissioning me, reach out to me and we can talk about it. Hope to see you next time. Bye. Hello. Hello.